Hi, I'm Corey Wayne. Today we got a viewer who's been living with his now ex-girlfriend for a year. Just broke up with her 4 days ago. I'd say probably 90% of the people that come to me, this is kind of the situation they're in. They may have even known about my work, and their friend gave the book, says, "Hey, read this book." And they're like, "Oh, I'm busy. I don't have time." And then they get dumped. They're like, "What was that dude's name? That shaved head, pasty white guy on YouTube? What? Ooh, my girlfriend dumped me." So that's where this guy is. So he says, "Hey, coach, I've been living with my now ex-girlfriend for a year. We broke up 4 days ago, and during our time together, we've been struggling with me getting emotionally triggered. The key is unperturbable. You want to be unperturbable. And if you're getting emotionally triggered, it communicates you don't have self-control. If you're not in control of yourself, how are you going to deal with an emotional or bossy woman or kids, or you're getting passed over for a raise or a promotion? It makes a woman feel unsafe when every time something bad happens, you just lose your shit, basically. So you cannot behave that way around women and expect them to stay sexually attracted to you for any period of time. So what's happening is he's choosing to not exercise emotional self-control and losing it like a child that's throwing a temper tantrum. That's what happens when you act that way. It's disgusting. It's unmasculine. It doesn't make women feel safe around you. They don't feel like they can trust your masculine core. And they certainly are not going to submit to you and trust your leadership when you behave that way. So you need to knock it off. So he says she's been very open about her past, and she's been sharing sexual stories I've said multiple times I do not want to hear. Yeah, you can't get jealous and insecure and upset about those, but obviously, if you married a girl that's got a high body count, or she wants to, you basically become her priest, and she wants to tell you about every kinky, weird thing that she's done or guys she's hooked up with. Sometimes women will say these things because they want you to do to them sexually what the previous guy did. So you shouldn't get butthurt in all instances, but so you gotta ask the question: is like, what is it that she's trying to? Why is she bringing these up? Is she doing it because she is trying to say I liked when this guy or this boyfriend or this ex did this or that? What's she really bringing it up? But you going ballistic on her is a bad way to go. Because if you're insecure about yourself and you're afraid of losing her, then you're basically communicating you don't have the confidence that you deserve her, and she's going to typically back away and test. And when a woman does that, the guys predictably chase and over pursue and smother the girl. But he's seems like he's tried to set some healthy boundaries, and she's continuing to violate them. At least that's what his perception is. But again, it's like, what's her intention by sharing these things? Is she saying, is it because she wants him to do similar things? Is that how she's going about it? We don't know. So he says she also has said comments like, "Ooh, sexy," referring to a guy on TV. So it sounds like he. So the other thing is, if you're getting triggered every time she mentions other guys or says a dude on TV is handsome, she's doing it because it's like you're like a jack in the box and she knows how to push your buttons. And if a woman senses a weakness in her man, she's going to continue to probe and prod. And if you're freaking out every time she does things like that, she's going to continue to troll you. It's kind of like the kid that don't touch the stove and the kid does it anyways. It's kind of like that. Very mischievous.
She could be acting like that bratty little sister.
Yeah. Maybe she's just being playful.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she just really thinks the guy on TV was good looking.
Yeah.
And it's just sharing her opinion. Why does it have to be meaningful to the other person?
But she also knows it probably bothers him.
Yeah, because James Bond is amused. He's not threatened. He kind of thinks it's silly, and he's not threatened in any way by this other guy. He finds reasons to laugh at him. It's like, hey, I'll set you up. I'm happy to bring you over there and introduce you to that guy if you're that interested in him. he's not worried about losing her to some other dude. He wants a girl that is with him, that likes to be with him. And he's not threatened by some other dude ripping her off. So he says she's also had contact with other guys, male orbiters, on social media, and she refers to them as distant friends, but I've never met any of them. One of these guys she was supposed to go on a weekend trip with, he didn't even want to meet me. So if you're in an exclusive relationship and your girlfriend is going out with some dude, that's not appropriate. A lady is not going to do that. Even if it is she's completely trustworthy, that's not the issue. It's because guys don't care. And all guys know how, especially when a couple cocktails around and the boyfriend or the husband's not around and they're on a trip. A woman who's loyal and faithful is going to be like, hey, if I can't bring my boyfriend or my husband, it's like, I'm not going.
But why would she even think that was okay to go?
Because she probably belongs to the streets.
I don't know.
So you can't. Well, we got to continue to read an email, but that's not looking good.
What is his sexual preference? Maybe he's not straight. First, let's play both sides. We don't know the rest.
He's not straight. What?
Yeah. What if?
Saying that the guy.
Yeah, the guy that she would go on the trip with is not.
Oh, that maybe he's gay.
Yeah, maybe he's a gay friend.
Gay male girlfriend.
Yeah, but so that could be okay, right?
If because that's like one of the other chicks.
It could be like a chick, so that could be okay.
Yeah, but apparently he's a male orbiter, so that's
as the boyfriend is calling it. But
that's the way it looks.
Okay, we don't know anything yet. Let's continue.
So the other thing is male orbiters on social media, distant friends. So we don't really know, but that's why you date.
But she
it's
could
kind
be
of
a hot
probationary.
girl.
But why are you going on a trip with a distant friend? That's a male.
Let's read on. Let's find out.
It's a distant friend that she's going on the trip with?
That's what's claimed. Distant friends is in quotes, but he's like, I never met any of these people. He was with her, I think, a year, right?
Yeah,
they were together for a year.
How can you meet all of her friends in 1 year?
Yeah, distant friend. So what does that really mean? So anyways, one of the guys she was supposed to go on the weekend trip with, he didn't even want to meet me. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
And on parties that we've been to, I've often been emotionally triggered due to new information about her sexual past because of drinking games. So this kind of thing brings up all men instinctively, it's like if they got a choice, they're going to like the girl that's got a lower body count and hasn't slept around with a bunch of dudes. And the more a woman sleeps around and gives herself away to guys that she doesn't really feel anything for, it's, like I said, I believe it's partly the biological impulse, because if you're going to get together with a woman and be there for multiple decades, especially if you're going to raise kids, which if that's what it requires, you want to make sure the kids are yours and that she's a loyal and faithful type of woman. If she's like the town bicycle and everybody's taking her out for a spin, and then you know that, she knows that, everybody in town knows that, and then you decide to wife that girl up, what do you think everybody's thinking? And is she going to be loyal and faithful long term? Because you look at this kind of behavior, and so looks like a lot of little red flags that she's promiscuous, and even though she supposedly is in a relationship with him, that there's male orbiters, distant friends. He's like, I never met him. And she's doing things in public that obviously trigger him. So we'll continue to read on.
She could be a promiscuous girl. She could she's voicing the things she likes.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're supposed to be exclusive, and her behavior
doesn't.
A lot of it looks like a girl who thinks she's still single, and that's not good. If you're trying to have an exclusive relationship, this is where values come in conflict, because women who are loyal and faithful aren't going to be inviting this kind of behavior or posting thirst trap images or videos inviting other male attention.
But some guys like to take those pictures of their significant others.
Well, there's a difference between that and women constantly posting thirst trap pictures and then messaging guys that slide into her DMs and talking and chatting with them and giving out her phone number. Or she works as a bartender giving out her number to guys even though she supposedly has a boyfriend or a husband. Loyal women don't do that, because a loyal woman is going to be like, no, I'll give you my husband's number, but I'm not giving you my number. If you want to do something, if you want to double date or whatever, here's my husband's number, call and invite us out through him. A lady's just not going to do anything where there could be potential impropriety, because especially guys get into a situation where they've been drinking and they become more forceful. And if there's nobody around, and that's happened in lots of instances, guys know that, we're like, they're not around. And like I remember a girlfriend of mine, we were all on a trip and I had gone back to the hotel earlier, and a guy I knew, he got really drunk, and so they're all taking a group picture, and he's got his arm around my girlfriend, and his beer is like right in the middle of her lap and her crotch. They're all hammered, but it's like, when I got the film back and it was all developed, I was like,
that doesn't look very good.
yeah, it doesn't look good.
It doesn't.
I know how the dude is. He's handsy and grabby. I'm not there. It's late at night. He's drunk. My girlfriend's drunk. And, oh, hey, everybody's taking a picture. And then he just does that at the last minute, just because that was the kind of dude that he was. And, you see pictures like that pop up. It's like,
he could have just got in the middle of the picture instead of coming.
Yeah, he didn't have to put his hand with his beer right between
her legs.
Right in her crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so he was
gross.
doing that on purpose.
As like a fuck you.
Yeah.
But as a drunken fuck you, because he wasn't really there.
And this particular guy had slept with another friend's wife who we also knew. So he had a history of that. And so that's part of the thing that us guys are bothered by single dudes hanging out or being around our girl when we're not there and nobody else is there. Just because guys who you think you're on your team or your friends, they have a couple drinks, they do stuff like that.
Well, side question real quick before we get back to this. What are your thoughts on like Instagram husbands and Instagram boyfriends taking what you're calling thirst traps of their significant others? And then
I don't see a problem with that at all, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. The girls that are dancing like strippers constantly with their butts and bending over and showing the camel toe and all that stuff. If you're in a relationship or you're married, that's kind of inappropriate. If you're just at the beach with your family and every once in a while your wife looks great in her new bikini and take a picture of her, or it's big deal.
But what if your husband or your significant other like encourages you and like says like you look amazing, post that on social media?
Yeah,
like,
but he's talking about
show you off.
That he's
it's
talking
an
about that.
occasional type thing.
Not camel toes.
Yeah, most men are not.
But like of you in a bikini, like loves that you like your body's
dudes in a
hot.
relationship are not voyeuristic. They're not like wanting their girl to post lots of thirst traps,
But
because they know she's gonna get lots of male
because
attention.
a lot of them are like,
unless she's a model and that's what she does and she promotes things. But this is a normal everyday dude, and again, we're quarter of the way into the email, and there's a lot of suspect behavior.
This is all
So let's continue on, because keep in mind, insecurities, fears, doubts, people are going to behave consistently with how they view themselves to be, and it doesn't matter whether the view is accurate or not. So he says, all this combined, I've felt unloved, insecure, disrespected, and I've been thinking to myself, quote, she's going to cheat on me one day, end quote. And so again, what we were talking about, over the last couple months, we've done a bunch of videos on this topic. It's the perception of impropriety. It's because if you want to know that you want the person that you love and that's your teammate to know that you're loyal, loyal women just don't put them in positions. They say, I'm sorry, I'm married, I have a boyfriend, thank you, I'm very flattered. No, I can't do that. No, I don't give out my Instagram. No, I don't give out my phone number. They're just not going to do those things. But women that are insecure, they have a history of cheating. Maybe they grew up in a family where mom and dad were constantly cheating on each other, and their subsequent spouses and significant others they cheated on. It's, because when you're dating, you're trying to figure out what's the value system. Are they going? If you want loyalty and monogamy, especially if you're going to have kids in a family, what is the likelihood that they're going to be ride or die, that they're going to truly be with you, and when they're tempted, when things aren't going well, not just go and sleep with somebody. So there's behavior, there's characteristics, there's red flags, and that's why you date and you test drive, because you're trying to see what is this girl like. And so this guy's already feeling like that, and she's doing things that are questionable, especially on social media. It has lots of male orbiters because that's what girls that cheat tend to do. They're too insecure to be alone, and so when things don't look like they're going well with their primary guy, they're on the phone meeting another dude for drinks. So he says, during our relationship, I've tried to communicate and I've tried to work on my jealousy. And so obviously he has that going for him. He feels insecure. And the more you feel unworthy of your girl, the more she's going to back away and test you because you don't feel worthy. The number one most important thing that women find attractive when they've done studies in this is confidence. And so if you're jealous and insecure, you're threatened by other men. It's almost like you want to dare her to find somebody better. It's like, you think you find somebody better than me, go. It's like the Tom Petty song, good love's hard to find. If I don't take you all the way, then go find somebody else, basically, is what he's saying. If you think you can do better than me, then go find a guy that's better than me, and I'll find a girl who really wants to be with me and values me and appreciates me. That's what somebody that loves and values themselves is going to do. If they want loyalty and exclusivity, they're not going to hang around and put up with these things. But also he's got to work on his jealousy, because a woman with a healthy self-esteem, he's going to drive her away and get turned off because he's so weak.
Mm-hmm.
But this girl is obviously doing things to trigger this guy on purpose, it looks like. She probably enjoys it. He says, and I've tried to bring all these situations up in a calm manner. However, I've always been categorized as jealous and insecure, and she's always been annoyed by me trying to communicate with her. Ironically, I'm the one who ended up cheating on her. No one will ever do or say anything to you that isn't a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves in a moment. And look at that. The dude cheated on her. The liar and the cheater always accuses everybody else. So we've been watching this and going, huh. Like attracts like. People like the same things, tend to like each other. And that's why cheaters tend to end up with other cheaters. He says, I met a girl who I really connected with, and she has been giving me all the things I missed in my relationship. The feeling of being loved, respected, and understood. I tried to figure out what I wanted to do. Cheating is obviously not cool. Yeah. I cheated multiple times by meeting her, texting her, and kissing her. My ex-girlfriend felt something was wrong when this girl called me in the middle of the night wanting comfort after a difficult situation. I'm sure that went over like a lead balloon. My ex asked if I've cheated on her, and I decided to tell the truth. She got upset, and we talked about everything. She broke up with me because I couldn't decide if I wanted to fix things or not. So, it's such an interesting turn of events, because I didn't read this one beforehand. I thought it'd be kind of fun in real time to just see what we got here.
You think it might have been a temptation on his end? Where it's like, it was like a huge withdrawal. She was clearly like, he doesn't, like, at one point, he didn't feel heard or understood.
Like this guy.
He doesn't value loyalty or monogamy, and so he's been accusatory and jealous of her the whole time, and he's been projecting, and that's what all of us do. Yep. We all project what's his inside in order to disassociate and go, oh, it's her, it's that person, it's not me. And so you can tell he's like, trying to set it up like he's the good dude. Now, she may be a total ratchet and a liar and a cheater as well, but the liars and cheaters tend to be insecure about themselves, and they assume, oh, it's just a matter of time before she's going to cheat, and then so
it's like, let me beat her to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was painting a picture of like the girl that really wasn't even what she was.
He was projecting. He obviously probably learned it in childhood. Maybe his parents were cheating on each other.
He's definitely seems like a narcissist and a little bit of a...
I just feel like he was just unhappy in the relationship. Like, that was an unwise decision, that's for sure.
He shouldn't have stayed that long at all.
Yeah, he's basically trying to monkey branch to somebody else because he's not happy with the way... You know, at the end of the day, this dude lied and cheated on her, but her behavior was not the behavior of someone that was going to be loyal and faithful. And if you're with somebody that you don't feel is going to be loyal and faithful, or they're constantly doing things that just look disloyal, and it's over and over, and you've had conversations about it, and she continues to do it, obviously she's not going to stop. And the honorable thing to do, the manly thing to do, is to just say, hey, it's just not working for me. You're a great person, but I don't feel that our values are aligned, and I want to move on and date other people. And you have to have the guts to do that instead of going behind her back and lining somebody up, because You got to be a man of integrity, a man of honor. Your word needs to mean something.
Yep.
So when you behave this way, it doesn't. You don't trust anybody else, and you're not acting like a man who is trustworthy. You're acting like a snake in the grass. And people that lie and cheat tend to be insecure. Hence, that's why they're always accusing other people. Deep down, they don't feel worthy. And just like you were saying a second ago, it's like, well, let me cheat on her before she does it to me because it's just a matter of time anyway.
He was thinking on impulse, clearly.
He was just too weak to go it alone. A lot of people do that. They want a monkey branch. They want to wait until they got something they think they can monkey branch to before they end things with their primary partner. He says, after the breakup, me and my ex-girlfriend are now on good terms again. I'm very confused because we haven't had any problems during the last 4 days. We only have love for each other, and I notice I've been distancing myself from this other girl. I'm not sure why. Do I want the girl I can't have? What is wrong with me? Well, rejection breeds obsession. And so if I look at your actions, I mean, it doesn't seem like you were really super into your ex-girlfriend now. And a lot of guys do that. We talked about that in the swingers video. It's like you're not really satisfied with the thought of being single and having nothing and hoping that eventually somebody better is going to come along. That's not easy. And a lot of people, 2-3 months down the road, when they don't find somebody better, like we talked about in Jocelyn in the past, and it's like they realize it's not so easy to meet somebody that you clicked with. And when you haven't met anybody of equal or greater value than what you left, and you're only 2-3 months down the road or whatever, then you become fearful. It's just the love of my life. I got to get him back. And then at the end of the day, even when they get him back, all the things that turned them off are still there. And so 2-3 months, typically when they're back together, they end up leaving again, often for good. But if I look at his actions, she wasn't taking him all the way, if you will, like the Tom Petty song said. And so he should have moved on, but instead he acted like a dude that had no integrity, and he didn't honor his commitment or his word. You reap what you sow in life. If you want somebody to be loyal to you, you got to be loyal to them. You attract how you act. You got to become what you want to attract. He says, I know I can have my girlfriend back if I truly want her. None of us have anything to hide anymore, and it feels like a fresh start. However, I'm afraid we will get back to our old patterns where we fight over small situations and me getting emotionally triggered because she is the way she is. Well, you're the one that lied and cheated, dude. So, again, you're still pointing the finger like, hey, it's all her. It's not me. I'm Mr. Perfect. So he says, this new girl says she wants to be with me, and I truly believe there is a connection there, but I'm confused. I think I need to take a big step back, find myself, and get back to my values. That's a good idea. Nobody likes a cheater. That's true. That's ratchet behavior. This is not fair to any of these women either. I don't understand why any of these women are willing to be with me even after all I've done. Because women don't care about how much you like them or what a good dude you are. You're a liar and a cheater, bro. They care about how you make them feel. And you made them feel attraction. That's why they're willing to look past it all.
And for some reason, this sounds a little mysterious from the beginning, so they must have liked it.
Yeah. He's good at compartmentalizing his life, which is a good thing to have, especially if you're going to operate like James
obviously,
Bond.
He's like a little fucker.
Neither one of the women are good because now neither
one of them knows something.
Three of them, all three of them are bad.
They're all rotten.
Because maybe
95. The stat is 95% of relationships that come from cheating end in cheating. So if he gets together with this girl, she knew full well he was cheating on his girlfriend with her.
Exactly.
And then
he's cheating on his girlfriend, and more than likely, either him or this girl that he's hooking up with.
Yeah, so
they'll cheat on each other, and so it'll end in cheating when one of them branches to somebody else.
It's a circle.
Yes.
It's a circle.
It's a circle of life.
It's a circle of cheats.
Yeah, so neither one of them are good. They're just all a bunch of trolls.
Do you have any thoughts? Should I set them both free? Well, I mean, you got to become the kind of person you want to attract. So if you want to be a man of integrity, act out of integrity. If you think you need time alone, maybe you should just date casually, not be with anybody, and tell this other girl Just say I'd like to date and not be exclusive because, quite frankly, I don't know what the hell I want right now. I just want to have a good time. I just got out of a year-long relationship. I wasn't happy with my girlfriend, and I just need time and space. So it's like, I don't want to be rushed. I just want to enjoy getting to know each other. I don't want anything exclusive.
That sounds like
I just want something casual.
He should date himself first.
If you can't have fun by yourself, you're not going to be good company.
No.
Yeah, I totally
don't think
agree
you can
with
cheat on yourself either. I mean, I guess you can. Maybe you can cheat on yourself. You're cheating on yourself when you deprive yourself of happiness because you can't trust anyone of things because of your insecurities.
So he says, should I try again with my ex-girlfriend? I would say not. If I look at your actions are a guy who says, babe, you're great, but you don't take me all the way.
He's going to hurt her again.
She's not lighting your fire. If you go back to her, you'll get turned off again for the same reason.
Don't waste her time and don't waste yours. You're going to disrespect her. You're going to disrespect yourself. What are you thinking?
They're just going to both think about the times that
and then she's going to resent you and then bring up all the times that you were shady and then the times that you thought she was shady and she actually wasn't being shady. It's going to be a mess. And
then maybe she might get, cheat on him this
time. She's going to be like, ooh, time for revenge. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha.
Which is not...
Like Giselle did to Tom. Yeah. She moved on quick.
It's going to be a mess. I would advise against it. Please don't do this.
So he says, should I try again with my ex-girlfriend? Obviously, no. Should I try dating this new girl? Yes, but you should all date other women as well. Don't be attached to anybody. Figure out what you want and have a good time. Don't get attached to anybody. You should never agree to be in a relationship when you don't want to be in one. And a lot of people agree to be in relationships because they're afraid of losing that person if they don't commit. And so then they commit and they don't really want to be committed. And what happens? They continue to act like a single person and then they cheat. So don't get exclusive unless she has asked you repeatedly and she really wants to be with you and is trying to convince you to be her boyfriend and it's something you're ready for. Don't go along with it. Women will respect you more if you're just honest with them.
100%.
Tell them what you're looking for. Just got out of a year-long relationship. I want to have a good time. Not sure what I want. I might stay here. I might move away. I like hanging out with you. I like where it's going. I like the connection we have. It's a lot of fun. Let's just take it day by day. See what happens next. How can I get out of this mess that I've created? What I just said. All I know is I don't want any toxic vibes in a relationship. So don't act toxic. Don't stay committed to people you don't want to stay committed to. Because you're lying to yourself and you're lying to them. And then your whole life is built on lies. And eventually, as George Washington said, truth will ultimately be revealed where there is great pains taken to bring it to light.
Or the truth comes out in the wash. And if your girl's doing your laundry, she might find another girl's in it.
Oops. Whose panties are these? Oh, babe, I got those as a gift. I was just washing them for you, of course.
Oh, they're not yours? Oops.
Yeah, you shouldn't commingle laundry. That's a party foul.
Yeah, but you never know if the other girl's going to be sneaky and throw her undies in your
hamper.
Yeah,
you leave lipstick laying around. Oops, I accidentally left my toothpaste, my toothbrush, my hairbrush.
Left a hair scrunchie.
My hair scrunchie, and nail polish.
You leave
a tampon. The wrong size tampon.
Women mark their territory just like animals.
We're spraying.
Use their hairbrush, the guy's hairbrush.
Make sure that your hair sprinkled everywhere.
Hair all over the sink. Any other girls
wipe your makeup on the other side of the pillow.
On both sides of the pillow. Make sure there's mascara.
Hair. Why do I see red hair and blonde hair all over my sink? Or your sink? What? Must be the housekeeper.